Welcome back to X-Plane 11. This is going to be a little bit of a deja vu. I'm going to do the same flight that I did last time, which is Seatac to Paine Field. So Seattle Tacoma to Everett. I'm going to use 1/24th ATC this time instead of the vanilla ATC. And I'm going to tell you already, it is a lot better. Also has its quirks, but I will get into that. And I'm gonna do the exact same flight, so there is a bit of a comparison. So get the 737, empty the center tank, not necessary. We'll go Seatac, customize, and we'll start at the same ramp, cargo 11. 6 o'clock local, nice and early, and the same weather, slight wind from the south at the bottom, so I'm being forced onto 16 right for the ILS, and we're gonna start. Here we are then. Same sort of idea. Airplane is completely dark, and I'm not gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna go straight into it. Battery on. For those of you that are interested, it's a 28-volt battery. Standby power to auto, which powers the more important flight deck instruments. It pretty much, if you have nothing else left, the standby power through inverters and through the battery powers the bare necessities that you need to land the plane in the flight deck. Ground power is already on, yes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and set all my switches and stuff. Oh, you know what? I actually had a problem and had to restart, and what I did, it always starts with fuel in the center. Okay, so now we don't have fuel there anymore. There's our fuel indication right there. Hydraulics, and I start our APU. Script tests. Cancel all that noise, and let's pull her up. And I will get into why I had to restart this scenario in a second, because things went haywire and I figured out why. And if things are unreliable and go haywire every now and then with you might want to try what I tried. APU generators online. Some bleed air here. Oh, let's turn on the lights. Okay. 1/24th ATC also allows you to do a pushback clearance. So we're going to plugins, and I installed some other plugins, but I'm not using any of them right now. Besides 1/24th, and the frequency selector is right there, so we're not using that one anymore. Right up here, delivery, flight plan. One really nice thing is that I can now have a call sign, which will be orange. In case you're wondering, there isn't an airline in the world anymore using orange. It used to be Air Holland. I have very fond memories of Air Holland. I used to work there as a mechanic, but yeah, I know I'm in a big blue plane, KLM, but I'm probably gonna make my own skin again. I used to make skins for flight simulator airplanes, and I might just make a nice Air Holland one. I couldn't find one online, Departure KSEA, landing and KPAE, departure transition level 6000. These don't really matter much. I found it will still want me to go to flight level 90, and it doesn't care about those at all. Vertical speed 1800, and this was the problem before. That's why I am redoing this flight. Flight pen through Stilly, which makes the approach really long. There you go. Request clearance.
Seattle Tacoma INTL delivery. Good morning.
INTL, not international.
Request IFR clearance to Paine Field, Snohomish County is filed. Orange 9er, cleared to Paine Field, Snohomish County via runway 16 left departure. Initial altitude flight level 90. Squawk 2734.
90 2734.
Cleared to Kilo Papa Alpha Echo via runway 16 left departure. Initial altitude flight level 90. Squawk 2734, Orange 9er.
Another nice thing is that they always give me a different squawk.
Orange 9er, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.70 when ready for startup. Set the transponder code 2734 as instructed.
The vanilla one only does 4700 or 4701 or 2, depending on how many AIs are around you. And as you can hear, it's the same voice for both pilot and ATC. It's very monotone, and it's only a guy. So, you know, there are some things that could be improved upon, but I do really like the way it functions. So I'm probably just going to stick with it. And it's free, by the way. Did I tell you it's free yet? Okay, so we're ready to go. And
Seattle Tacoma INTL ground, Orange 9er, request start up and pushback. Orange 9er, start up and pushback approved.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, a push cart it start up and pushback approved. Orange 9er.
Hook up.
Here we go.
There is no discipline regarding traffic here. They will actually drive right through you if they do end up blocking you. They'll just...
Hey, I need your brakes off.
Yeah. Wrong button. That's the button I was looking for. Let's start engines. You don't have to be standing still for that. Let's start valve, N2. Fuel flow, EGT. And as soon as that start valve is closed, we're gonna go for number 1.
Alright, see you next time.
Set my brakes. Thanks for the warning. There we go. And I have number 1 engine running too. Lower my flaps to 5 like last time. And I set the mode control panel again. Let's turn on the autopilot again. I set a speed of 245. I did that on purpose. I know it doesn't want me to do that, but that's the nice thing about 124th ATC. It does actually tell me what speed to fly. It will want me to fly 200, which you will see pretty
Orange
soon.
9er is ready for taxi. Orange 9er, taxi to runway 16 left. Contact tower on 119.9 when on holding point.
This kind of sucks. It does not tell me how to get where I need to go. It doesn't show me any sort of arrows. I know arrows are very unrealistic, but at the very least they give you a list of points that you gotta maintain, and if you do have a official chart, you can find your way around the airport. In this case, you just on your own. It'll just say 16 left, and it doesn't care how you get there.
Taxi to runway 16 left. Contact tower on 119.9 when on holding point, orange 9er. Orange 9er, contact tower on 119.9. Have a nice flight.
You already told me that. Alright, parking brake.
Contact tower on 119.9, orange 9er.
Okay, let's do a quick. I am not on engine generators. I'm still hooked up to ground power, which is very amazing. And to do dual bleed, so turn that off. On my lights. And in the meantime,
Seattle Tacoma INTL tower, good morning, orange 9er on holding point of runway 16 left, ready for departure.
I'm ready to go.
Orange 9er, wind 1957 knots, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff runway 16 left, orange 9er.
And we're again not gonna stand still, we're just gonna go. Throttle forward, hands off the throttle. Rotate again at about 130. And here we go. Clear the hole. And let's try to do this as gentle as possible. Bring the flaps up.
Orange 9er, QNH101 tree. Contact Seattle Center on 127.05, but QNH101 tree. Contact Seattle Center on 127.05, goodbye, Orange 9er, Seattle Center, good morning, Orange 9er passing 1,300 feet, climbing flight level 90.
Isn't that nice?
Orange
It actually
9er, turn left heading tree 48, climb to flight level 90.
It actually, as in real life,
Turn left heading tree 48.
starts
Climb
off
to
with
flight level
telling them what
90.
we're doing.
Orange 9er. Orange 9er, reduce speed to 200 knots.
And there it is. Reduce speed. That is something that this ATC does
reduce
have.
speed to 200 knots.
That's
Orange
Mount Rainier right
9er.
there. So we'll reduce speed. We got altitude set to 9,000. Got a decent climb rate. And we're on our way again. Flaps are up. And as you can see, this it really is the ATC that made the previous flights crash all the time. 124th I have not seen crash. I have not seen this program crash ever since I've used 124th ATC. That is fantastic. This was exactly the point where it always kicked off. before. And that kind of kills me, because it's just ridiculous that it's free. It's a free program. It was made by somebody during his weekends, whenever he just wanted it to be right, and he made something that made it better. And it kills me that a big software company, this is X-Plane 11, they had so many tries to get it right, and they just didn't. Somebody got it right in his spare time. And they do provide a wonderful base, basically, but then you have people doing it for free, doing it better. I don't understand that. I just don't. Just like FSX, X-Plane for me is starting to be a little bit like a Ford Mustang. You do not have any bragging rights telling me you drive a Ford Mustang until you show me a 3-page list of all the options and pump my right parts that you've installed to make it better than just a lame wannabe V6 compact, 4-cylinder compact nowadays. It's just not right. And while this 737 looks awesome, there is actually a free one that looks amazing. So
Orange 9er, expect runway 16 right. Expect runway 16 right, Orange 9er.
Beautiful. Okay, that's a nice tight turn right there. 124th ATC does not round up or down. It just goes straight to the exact heading that I need to go, not 340, 350, and then you switch back and forth. It just goes to 348 and direct to where I need to go.
Orange 9er, descend flight level 80. Flight level 80, Orange 9er.
Okay. Nice. This is where it went wrong with me quite a bit. And this is, you see this rotate? This is called the stab trim. And this is directly linked with the big stabilizer, the horizontal stabilizer in the back. There's a cable going all the way back there, and it rotates this big drum. And it pivots the whole stabilizer. All the flight controls trim directly except for the elevator. The elevator does not trim, it just stays neutral compared to the stabilizer. You trim the entire stabilizer. And on my stick, my throttle for my Seatac X52, I had one wheel set to elevator trim, which does the stabilizer trim, and it didn't quite see it. Even though it was calibrated, it didn't quite see it as stable. So it was constantly trimming, constantly, and it would never get my vertical speed correct. Depending on which way it saw it, it would be under the glide slope or over the glide slope. If you have inconsistencies with keeping altitude on the Autopilot in X-Plane, look into that. Just what I did is I removed any elevator trim from my joystick, and everything is stable. The wheels aren't constantly spinning. It flies so much better now. It was a little bit of an eye-opener how, and it's just, the tiniest little bit of off will ruin this. On another airplane actually that I just installed, it would constantly kick off the Autopilot, and I never understood why it would not take it. It just, I thought the airplane was crap until I figured out that no, my joystick is crap. Okay, Enough of that. ATC 124th or 124th ATC, fantastic program. I love it. It's much better than the original or than the out of the box. Like I said, the only downsides that I can see is there's only one voice. It sounds a little bit like HAL 2000, and the ground control, I really wish it would tell me where to go. The positions that it calls out, and I can show this real quick. Where is flight configuration? The positions it calls out, and if I do change location, KPAE, AE, customize. See, you'll have to pull up this map because it will tell me to go to terminal, for instance, and then it wants me to go there. And if you don't know that, you're just lost on this airport, because an official map will not show you where terminal is. Boeing assembly line, these are the EDC 1 and 2s. This is the one I ended up last time, delivery center east. And so that's a bit of a low for me, but you know, it's definitely not a reason for me to switch back to the original. Just the fact that this doesn't crash is hallelujah for me. It's very reliable, and quite honestly, it does make better approaches. It does better at steering me right. One other thing that I have noticed, if I do not read back, if I do not acknowledge a command, the vanilla ATC will just continue with giving me directions. This one will not. It will not tell you the next step in your direction, so it can sit there and it can sit there. If you forget to press the read back, which I did several times, you can be flying, you know, to Canada. It will not tell you to do whatever you need to do. So, and I need to put that read back correct on a, I need to assign it to a switch on my joystick, because often I'm in the middle of something trying to do what they want me to do, and I'll try to juggle with my hand to going to my mouse to press the read back correct button.
Orange 9er, turn left heading tree 8 for Stilly.
Alright, 338.
Turn left heading tree 8, orange 9er.
Okay. Let's see if we can make a beautiful screenshot. Move that to the other side. I'm trying to get it where either one of the... No. Okay, that's pretty. With the sun shining on the river there. Which river is that? Skagit? No, Skagit is further north. That is actually the Stilly, I think. The Stillaguamish. See it twists around.
Orange 9er.
There it goes. It's the Stilly.
Descend flight level 36.
Flight level 36. And now I gotta start slowing down.
Flight level 36, orange 9er.
It is a good thing to first slow down or lower my speed, because as soon as I start going down, the speed pops up a little. So Might as well lower it first. Give it some time to react. And I'm using my speed brakes now to help slow the plane down. I'm actually starting to lower my flaps. That also helps slow the plane down. Create some drag there. Speed brakes back down. Go down a bit more or faster. I did promise I would stick to about 1800. Oh, this is so much better. Wonderful. And we should be, oh yeah. So it really does get me closer to Stilly, which is up here. Previously I flew more north here, and then it didn't get me to the ILS approach
Orange 9er
either.
9er, reduce speed to 200 knots.
Oh, did I overshoot again? I did. Stop waffling, start flying. There we go. Start leveling off some. It should hold speed there. That is I-5 going north towards Bellingham and Canada. Again, that's Camino, and Stanwood is right here. These are the lakes just south of Stanwood. Slow down a bit more. Get closer to landing flap configuration. I'm not going all the way down yet, because the approach is quite long. I don't want to do 140 all the way down there. Um, 109.3 is set. Course 164. Ah, did I not do the read back again?
Speed to 200 knots. Orange 9er 9er.
That kills me. That just kills me that I forgot it again. Where am I at? Okay, I am not over Stilly yet. So I shouldn't technically missed anything yet. I'm so busy flying the plane. It's not telling me to do anything, so it's not angry at me yet. Come on. Let me do that left turn.
Orange 9er 9er, turn left heading 210. Cleared for ILS approach runway 16 right. Contact tower on 120.2, when established, bye. Turn left heading 210. Cleared for ILS approach runway 16 right. Contact tower on 120.2, when established. Goodbye, Orange 9er 9er.
Don't have the localizer and glide slope in view yet. Another notable difference, it actually tells me to take the ILS. Last time it just wanted me to do a visual landing. There it is. There's my glide slope and my localizer. Hit approach. And as soon as there it comes. And this will change. There you go, view our localizer. So I just established.
Paine Field, Snohomish County Tower. Good morning. Orange 9er approaching runway 16 right.
Doing the turn.
Orange 9er identified. Continue your approach.
I shall do that, thank you. Beautimous. And now I think it's beautiful time to go to landing configuration. It's getting a little gloomy in here. There, see a little better. And so flaps down, got auto brakes to 2, set my auto speed brake, there it is. And gear down. And that should be a beautiful sight from the back. Look at that. Nice. Glide slope is coming down. And it sees it as well, as you can see. And it captured. Let's see how this does. With the trim just a tad touchy last time, it would not stick right on glide slope. It would be right underneath it, or just underneath it, or just over it. Very hairy landings, which may actually be the reason for the hard landings that I've seen before. We'll see what this one turns out to be. As I said, this is a very long approach. I feel like I have time to get up and use the restroom, and then chat with one of the stewardesses. I don't think I forgot anything, so we'll just get her in. I can see my job from here. Yes, I do work there. This does show slightly under, but if I look on the screen you will see that it's slightly under. Okay, but a lot better than the last 2 attempts or so. We are going for this. As fun as Autolands are, they're nowhere near as exciting as doing it manually. Maybe one of these days I'll just do a comparison and do the entire flight manual. Not looking forward to having my hand on the stick all the time. I suppose actually it might be fun to do it with a Spitfire. There you go, flying a Spitfire to the Flying Heritage Collection.
Orange 9er, wind 1957 knots, runway 16 right, cleared to land.
Yay, cleared.
Cleared to land runway 16 right, orange 9er.
Very uneventful landing right here, or approach. It's not doing the up and down anymore. Oh no, it's doing it. It's doing the up and down now. Don't have a sync rate warning yet. Get my hands ready on the sticks. Ah, there it goes. And we're diving.
Sync rate, sync rate.
Yeah, there it is again. Oh, but that was beautiful.
Orange 9er, contact ground on 121.8.
Beauty.
Bye.
Get off the runway before I do anything else. Boeing flight line.
Contact ground on 121.8, orange 9er, bye.
That was a beautiful landing.
Paine Field, Snohomish County ground, good morning, orange 9er on runway 16 right.
Where does it want me to go?
Orange 9er, taxi to parking Boeing Modification Center.
And I know where that is. Don't have to look that up. It's actually all the way. I should have rolled longer. It's all the way on the south end. That there on the left is actually a runway. All those planes are parked. Boeing uses it now to store some planes. Planes that are not quite ready yet. Oh, read back.
Taxi to parking Boeing Modification Center, orange 9er.
But it is a runway. Actually, no 777s on that runway right now. I don't think there ever would be. I mean, those sell like hotcakes. It's a long taxiway. Right there is the Flying Heritage Collection. Right there. Hey, late great Paul Allen. We miss you. As I'm flying a plane of one of Microsoft on the software of one of Microsoft's competitors. Huh? And that little hangar there to the left, with that trailer in front of it. This one right here. They are currently rebuilding a Messerschmitt ME-262. Isn't that awesome? I think that is so awesome. 262, the only one in the world that will be flying with the original engines. They were talking about putting like Learjet engines in it or something, and then they decided, no, we got to do this right. Did I miss it? I did miss it. Oh, man. Wait. No, I did not miss it. Yeah, that's it. That is it. There I go again, talking. There's the Boeing Modification Center. Old Aviation Technical Services hangar. I've worked there too. And what they do here now is pretty much finish airplanes that come out of the factory and aren't quite done yet. If you go here right now, you'll see a lot of tankers parked. I don't know exactly where. Oh, there's a GPU sitting right there. I'm willing to bet that's where they want me to park. I'm just going to take a left here. Nobody's flagging me in. Yeah, I'll just head for the trailer right there. There's no lines on the ground, so I like this. What are they selling? That's a band. It's like a drum kit and I don't know, DJ. They must be having a party here, huh? Okay, so we're parked. Set the parking brake and turn off my engines. Oh, you know what? Let's make sure I got power. Beauty. Turn off my pumps, not all of them. Hydraulic pumps. This is pretty much how they leave those switches. The engines will, if you turn those off, it actually burns out a solenoid on the pumps. And my heating. And seriously, yaw damper, we just leave those on too. Yeah, that's it. We're there. Let's see if they like where I parked. This time it's crooked again. And I believe if I do this, no, Control S.
Okay,
there we
service
go.
trucks coming.
Service trucks coming. Beauty. My lights are still on. Alright, so in review, APU off. 1/24 ATC, wonderful program. I can definitely recommend it. It is free. I'll put the link up in the description, and it's definitely worth free, that's for sure. It's worth it over the original one for Explain. That one last little tidbit of information, you know, you go to the map and you have to find where you have to park. It's not too hard. It's kind of weird, but other than that, it's fantastic. It works great, and I'm really glad that I got this autopilot unreliability figured out. If you did have that yourself, I hope this helped. I don't have pitch or elevator trim anymore. I'll just have to find some other way of doing that, probably just 2 buttons instead, and instead of an axis, I'll just use a button to click it up and down. But yeah, it did fix quite a bit for me. Definitely should get 1/24 ATC. If you don't mind it being restricted to just a computer-based little thing. If you do want to talk to other people and make it really realistic with a headset and whatever, I suppose there are plenty of those around too. Well, thank you very much for watching again, and maybe next time I'll be flying that new 737 that I downloaded. I can show you that real quick. I've had too many issues last time I flew it. I do think that's the same problem that I had with the Autopilot, so I'm going to try it again. My next flight will probably be that same flight using 1/24 ATC and this Boeing, which is a lot more realistic. Every button and switch has some good function, so we'll see how that will go. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.